Well, okay, bro. Well, even though it is football season, by the way, so we're now in week 2 of college football, and of course, week 1 of the NFL. Join me on right now. We're going to be doing some over/under totals on college football. As you know, we had a crazy week 1, especially with Colorado beating TCU. That was probably one of the greatest games I ever saw in college football for week 1. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my good friend, and this is the first time he actually done video, is EJ the Rainmaker. How are you doing, my friend?
What's happening, man? It's good to see you, man. It's been a couple of years since we got to talk. Man, when you even reached out, count me in, man. Let's talk some football and chop it up. That's cool, man. Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Exactly. Now, before we begin, there's a game you did want to discuss about.
Which game, man? We have a bunch of games that we're going to be talking about today. We have a bunch of games that we're going to be talking about. Plenty of games.
Of course, the noon game, the Saturday games, but there's this game you want to talk about.
You were talking about that Colorado game, man. That was certainly an impressive win for them with having 4 different receivers catch 100 yards passing. But, dude, they're playing Nebraska this weekend, and why is Colorado only favored by a field goal? Something is fishy, man, because there's no way. If Colorado puts up that kind of performance against a playoff team that almost had a shot to win the championship, granted, Max Duggan's not there anymore. The team's a lot different. Dude, that Colorado -3 is probably the scariest bet of the weekend. I wouldn't take it. I can't take it, man. I wouldn't take it.
Because usually with threes, I stay away from if it's a 3. Usually with threes, I stay away.
Hate them. I hate them.
Exactly. But there are actually three games noon this Saturday. You got Notre Dame and North Carolina State. So what's the favorite for that game?
Let's talk about that game, man. You know, I don't know how impressed anybody is with Notre Dame taking out Navy and Tennessee State. Come on, man. All right, so they held them both to a field goal, and that's all well and good. All right, so they held them both to a field goal. Sam Hartman came over there. He's only throwing 40 passes in 2 games. 40 passes in 2 games. He's not being asked to do anything special this year, which he hasn't needed to do. I mean, we know what he can do. We're all seeing what he can do at Wake Forest the last couple of years. You know what? I'm not impressed at all, man. I think that this game's going to be a stone cold under. I don't see where the points are going to come. If this game is like 10-7 at halftime, I am not going to be surprised in the least, man. Of course, Brendan Armstrong coming over from Virginia to play for NC State now adds a different element to that offense. Because this dude can tote the rock, he can throw the rock, he can do whatever he has to do, man. And obviously, it didn't work out well how Virginia ended their campaign last year. They fell apart. But dude, they look pretty good. I actually took UConn. If you go over to betting extra where I write, I took UConn to cover that 14 against NC State. It's an easy cover, man. NC State can't score a lot of points. I don't think Notre Dame or NC State are going to score a lot of points this weekend, man. I love that under. I love that under.
I will take your advice for that. Then you got James Madison and Virginia, because Virginia trailed 21-3 at halftime for that 49-13 loss to the Volunteers, as James Madison opened the season with a 38-3 win over Bucknell, facing the cover, but they failed to cover that 46.5.
Well, man, putting a line like that out there for a team. Come on, man. When does James Madison ever need to go out and beat up a team by 47, 50 points, man? You know what? They're happy winning games right now, man. Of course, they did the 8-3 campaign, and they couldn't compete in the bowl last year, which really sucks, man. I think that's stupid. And now they have too many scholarships this year, and they got their appeal denied in April, so now they won't be able to play in a bowl game this year. Dude, how is that fair, man? James Madison, you finally get to the FBS level, and the NCAA says, well, we're glad you're here, but you can't compete at the next level when we have bowl games and conference championship games. You can't play in any of those. What? Who set that up, man? That is ridiculous.
That made no sense.
I think it's ridiculous, man.
Or how should I say, tragic. It
really is, man. But, you know, man, the thing is really, the thing that gets me for, dude, okay, I took some notes here, but dude, that offense.
Sure.
Offense, man. The whole offensive line is back, man. They have 120 starts up front for that kid up there. And then throw in defensively, man. I think James Madison has a great defensive game. If Tennessee can shut them down like that, I don't think James Madison's going to have much of a problem with that either. But you know what I'm going to suggest to people? James Madison's only favored by a field goal in the first half. I'm not even going to bother with the 5.5 and all the crap that can happen late in a game like this. Virginia's going to find a way to show up somewhere late. You know what? I don't think it's going to happen early, man. James Madison, first half, cover the field goal, walk away. On the road, no less.
Thank you for mentioning that. Then you got State and Troy. That game's a noon game. And I'm looking at it, by the way, the over-under is set at 51.5. As the line was sitting at 16.5 for the Wildcats.
Pinnacle still has Troy at plus 17. What? What the hell is happening in Pinnacle, man? I don't understand. Who would ever even think to give Troy 17 points against anyone in the country short of like some Georgia, whatever? Dude, they can play football, man. Troy's not scared of anyone. Let's talk about Troy a little bit. Now, of course, the 48-30 win over Stephen F. Austin is what it is, man. Of course, K-State counted SEMO, and anyone can do that, man. I'm pretty sure that Troy is the team with a 12-game winning streak dating back to last year. So you won 12 straight games. And you just can't compete with a K-State team this weekend? Excuse me. Listen,
come on.
Please. All right, Will Howard, man. You know what? He has the most experienced line in the Big 12 in Kansas State, man. That offensive line is absolutely loaded, man. It helped them have 2 guys go over 100 yards last week. You know what, man? They don't just have their top 5 offensive linemen back, they have their top 8 offensive line back, man. That's amazing. That's quite a number to bring back that many people up front, man. And you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm doing a same game parlay here, man. I think that Troy's going to definitely cover that line, and that total is going to fly. Fly, man. That game's going to be 28-23 halftime. So there's your 50 points. Let's just move on right there. I'm sorry, man. Same game parlay, you can get about plus 260 if you take Troy. I can only get Troy in 15.5. And a 50.5 on that same game parlay over DraftKings and BetMGM. I don't get the 17. I don't know how those people. If you have a Pinnacle account and you're in Europe and you're listening to this, man, go pound that 17. Go kill it, man.
Or got a bet online.
Oh, yeah. If they have 17, whoever has it, man, that's ridiculous one. Ridiculous one.
Right. Then I was looking at Ole Miss and Tulane. That's a 3:30 game, and I was looking at Ole Miss. They're averaging 73 points per game and 667 yards per game, as Tulane's average 37 points.
Yeah, but let's talk about who Ole Miss had to deal with, man. Come on, man. Come on, dude. You can't schedule a cupcake like that and expect anyone, especially me, to be impressed. If anyone I'm being impressed by, man, it's Michael Pratt.
And anybody can do that.
Did you see the numbers that he put up against South Alabama, man? Now, when you only throw 15 passes, and there's only one ball dropped the whole game, and that ball was dropped, man, he could have easily been 15 for 15 without an incompletion in that game. So impressive. 294 yards, 4 touchdown passes, not an interception to be found. Now let's throw in the Tulane defense, man. 2 sacks.
Well, like I said,
2 picks, 5 sacks, and Corey Platt Jr. You see what Corey Platt Jr. did, man? Where did you come from, dude? Where did Corey Platt all of a sudden come from? Dude, 11 tackles, 5 assists, a sack in the game too, man. Oh my God. This dude only had 27 tackles over the last 2 years. He ends up doing almost all of that in one game. Dude, I love Tulane here. I love Tulane at home here, man. You think Ole Miss is going to walk into Tulane and just beat them up? You got another thing coming, dude. Ain't going to happen. I will
I was
not
getting
be
ready to
surprised
say,
if
like,
Tulane-
not gonna
Get out of
happen.
here. If Tulane wins this game, I'll not be shocked, man. If you're out there and you want to really make some money this weekend, pound Tulane in the money line to win outright. Of course, you can take the 7.5 and be totally comfortable with that, dude. It's 7.5 points. It's still 7.5 points, man. I object to anybody putting a touchdown in the hook on the board. Why wouldn't you? So, yeah, man. Wave plus 7.5 and Wave take a chance on that money line, too. Look at that outright takedown Ole Miss. Beat him up. Beat him up.
Then you got Tulsa Golden Hurricane and Washington Huskies. As you know, the Washington Huskies beat the brakes out of Boise State, which I feared that was gonna happen.
God, man. And a little concerned for Tulsa too with Braylon Braxton going down last week early in that game, man. He only had he played 4-5 snaps before his ankle pretty much went out. But dude, that kid who came in for him looked really good. Here's the problem, man. Michael Penix Jr. is unbelievable, man. He's going to have such a season over there. Obviously, his name's already in the Heisman candidate ring, and it should be. I don't know how. I think that Pac-12 is loaded this year, Shawn. How many? This reminds me of, like, I don't know if you remember back in, like.
And nobody didn't pay attention. That was the funny part about that.
I know, man. I'm serious. Remember back in, like, 08 or 09 or something when the Pac-12 brought back, like, 9 of their 12 starting quarterbacks, and everybody put up, like, 39, 44 points every game.
Yeah.
I think the Pac-12 is going to be like that all year this year, man. Name a quarterback in the Pac-12 who isn't going to have a good year. Find me a name, because you can't find one. Even the Oregon State boy is going to have a good year this year.
No,
man. Yeah.
Man. And especially with their TV carriage deal, because that was been the distraction.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? The best play to make in this game is that Washington team total, man. It's 49.5. Okay, well, you're not going to tell me that Washington's not going to put up 50 plus on Tulsa this weekend at home in a big game, man. They're favored to crush, man. The total's a little too high, 64. And I don't really expect Tulsa to really contribute enough towards that, even though I really think Washington will find a way to put up at least 52 to 56 points this weekend. So that Washington team total, until someone proves to me that they can slow that offense down, Washington over 49.5 team total is a great play, man.
All right. Then you got Jacksonville State. Of course, they lost. That was a brutal game. They're going to face Coastal Carolina now. Coastal Carolina's favored by 13.5, and the total is 57.
Yeah, man. Jacksonville State looks great out of the gate. Unfortunately, they're in that same situation as James Madison is, where they can't even have a great season and be rewarded for it, because they're not going to be a part of the whole postseason this year. I can't stand that, man. You finally get you rewarded for coming up to FBS, and your actual reward is just to play a regular season. That's it. That's all you get. I think it's terrible, man. And obviously, Jacksonville's 2-0. And they look pretty good, man. Of course, Chris Rodriguez has that team in form already, man. They brought back a whole bunch of guys from last year to move into the new campaign this year. Man, Coastal looked terrible, man. What Grayson McCall? Everyone thinks that Grayson McCall coming back is supposed to be this. Oh boy, Coastal's going to be phenomenal this year. Grayson McCall's back. He can navigate that offense. Can he navigate that offense? Can he navigate that offense anymore, man? Because all I saw against UCLA was Grayson McCall and Sam Pinckney. And Grayson McCall to Sam Pinckney. And Grayson McCall to Sam Pinckney. Now who? Now you're going to tell me that two guys are going to beat Jacksonville State. Look, man, I get it was UCLA. They look terrible against UCLA. Now, granted, you know what? It's a week-to-week thing, and nothing's going to carry over. It's never going to be the same. But you're going to give me 13 points in that Jacksonville State upstart team. With it, man, I think I can handle taking that cover, man. I really think that 13. You can even get 13.5 if you books out there still. If you're someone who even likes those teasers, man, where you can just do like a 2.5 point teaser and throw it in with some other play you like and put it up for 16 or something like that. Oh, baby. If you're a parlay player and you like to do the teaser, please stuff. Jacksonville State and that 2 touchdowns has got to be on your book.
And then my conference, the Big Ten. Of course, I know Michigan won yesterday, and of course UNLV, but that's a subject for another topic. But it is Rutgers and Temple. Now, Rutgers put a breakdown on Northwestern. I turned that game off as soon as before the halftime. That was how bad that game was, how bad Rutgers blew out Northwestern, because let's be honest. Northwestern is not that. I think we lost them. I think we lost them. Oh.
That's me, man. All right.
Oh, okay.
You got me?
Now we're back.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
now we're back.
Northwestern's
So
the
Rutgers
mess,
and Temple
Shawn.
right now. Temple is a underdog to +10.
Northwestern's a complete mess, man. I'm not impressed with what Rutgers did. I don't think anyone's going to be impressed by anything that Northwestern doesn't do this year. I think Northwestern's going to go 0-12. There's a whole bunch of smart kids over there who can't play football.
There's a whole bunch of smart kids over there who can't play football.
Listen, man, the best play to make it. The best play to
Plus
make
their academic school.
Yeah, man, that's all it is, really. All right, man. Plus 230.
That's all it is, really.
Temple.
All right, man.
Plus 9.5 and the under.
Plus 9.5.
What theory that game's going to be
under.
23 to 14.
What theory that game's going to be 23 to
17. You know what, man? I really don't think there's going to be over 40 points in that game. The totals actually come down a little bit now. It seems to 44. So I don't think they're going to score enough points, man. You see what Temple did last weekend, man? You know what? It's one thing getting down to Akron 14-10 like that, but to come out in the second half, I don't know what speech that he gave that kid, man. But they shut down Akron in that second half completely, man. Whenever you go into a locker room and your coach goes in there and says, "All right, boys, we need a strong second half," you know, you can say that to any of your kids, man. But whatever the hell he said in that locker room worked. And I think Temple in that momentum is going to carry over at that. They were in a little bit of trouble against Akron. And Akron's not the worst football team coming out of the MAC this year, man. So they're going to be all right. I was impressed with how Temple just shut them down in that second half and just said, "You know what, man? We're going to play football. We're going to shut you down." I'll tell you, same game combo, plus 230 with Temple plus 9.5 and the under 44.5. Same game combo, plus 230 with Temple plus 9.5 beautiful. And the under 44.5. Done, beautiful.
And you're the first person to ever give credit to the Pac-12 because last week Pac-12 was undefeated. No team in the Pac-12 lost.
13-0. That was so impressive, man.
13-0. So impressive.
Exactly, because like I was saying, like the only bad news was the carriage, the TV deal, and plus the teams moving to the Big Ten and Stanford and someone's moving to the ACC.
Everyone's moving, man. USC,
really
UCLA
weird.
are both going to be moving. That whole conference is going to be torn apart.
UCLA are both going to be moving. That whole conference is going to be torn apart.
Exactly. It's not going to be the Pac-12 like we used to, especially with the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, man. What's going to happen to the Rose Bowl anymore? That's really weird, man. It's really weird.
It looks so weird.
That's really weird, man. It's really weird.
So it ain't going to be that Big Ten, Pac-12 no more. It's probably going to be Big Ten and SEC in the Rose Bowl. Who knows?
ACC, Big 12 looks pretty good, man. They're going to have a bunch of teams coming in, too. They're going to look a lot different. And, dude, you know what's weird? The American, too, Conference USA, I mean, Sunbelt, everything looks different. Next year, I don't think we're going to recognize who's where. It's going to take, like, 2 weeks of studying, like, all right, who moved? Where the hell is everybody? I can't figure out where the hell everybody is.
Where the hell is everybody?
But we'll figure it out, though.
Right. Exactly.
But we'll figure it out, though.
Right. EJ, the Rainmakers, is doing this segment with me. So where can my listeners find you on social media?
You can find me at Legend of Odds over at Twitter, or X, I guess it is now. Even though I don't really post there anymore because it's just such a lame site, man. But you can come visit me at the sportsbettingpub.net where I have all my baseball articles being posted. All the stuff that I have going on is over at the sportsbettingpub.net. You can come find me and check me out. Dude, and don't forget to play the Florida State team total over 40.5, 41.5 this weekend. Oh my God.
This weekend. Oh my God.
Thank you for letting me know that one, and look forward to having you on for next week because we definitely got to do this next week.
All right, cool, man. I'll chop it up with you anytime you want, my man.
All right, cool, man. I'll chop it up with you anytime you want, my man.
All right. We actually got